Today I'm going to be talking about and exposing a person which in my mind I can only describe as being one of the most manipulative and evil people I have ever seen in not just the ASMR community but on the internet as a whole. I actually wanted to make this video talking about this person and bringing them to the community's attention about 3 to 4 months ago, but given the fact that it was still new news, I wanted to wait till we had all of the evidence to present this to the community, as this person has now finally been detained and law enforcement has been involved, and this person is now in custody under arrest. Look, I'm not going to quote Uncle Ben, but I understand that as a content creator, the words that I say in these videos, especially if they regard topics of extremely sensitive subject matter, carry weight behind them. And before I make any videos where I talk about another person or accuse a person of a certain thing, I need to ensure that everything that I say is nothing but the cold hard truth, that I've crossed my T's, dot my I's, and that everything that I say is bulletproof. So what exactly happened? A few months ago, I made a video on my ASMR YouTube channel where I reacted to some popular ASMR TikToks. It's a series that I do every once in a while, and people enjoy it for some reason. As I was scrolling through my phone, I ended up stumbling across an ASMR creator whom I'd never seen before by the name of Sonia LC ASMR. I thought the TikTok was cool, I reacted to it, posted the video, everyone liked it, and that was the end of the story. She reached out to me on TikTok DMs, expressing her thanks, which was really nice of her, and overall, it was really wholesome. A few weeks later, I was scrolling on TikTok minding my own business when I just recognized that Sonia had sent me a new DM. I opened it expecting it to be something wholesome, but when I read it, my heart sunk to the bottom of my chest. Because what I had just read was Sonia accounting and recounting her terrible and harrowing assault that she experienced from her ex-boyfriend, another ASMR content creator with a following over 2 million on the internet. She then sent my way a few TikToks that she posted on her alternate TikTok account showing some of the beatings and injuries that she had suffered from this physical assault by her ex-partner. And when I tell you that these injuries were brutal and bad, I cannot express that enough. I don't even think I can show the TikToks that she posted showing some of the injuries that she had suffered because it will affect this video. So if you want to see the sort of injuries and the level of seriousness that I'm talking about, I'll leave links to those TikToks that she posted in the comment section or in the description box of this video below. This is some of the worst domestic violence I've ever seen in my life. It is truly a horrible situation. So after hearing about her story, I then asked her to add me on Discord, where we then had a 2-hour-long call where she recounted her entire experience with this content creator, King Jalen ASMR. She then provided me with evidence in the form of a Google Drive showing photos, scans, police reports, Instagram and Messenger DMs, essentially showing me everything from her side as possible. This is King Jalen ASMR. He's a content creator which on TikTok has over 250,000 followers and on YouTube about 5,000 subscribers. So you might be wondering what happened for Sonia to be assaulted so terribly. Well, at this point the two had been dating for about 2 years, when a mutual friend of theirs wanted to celebrate their birthday. To commemorate it, they decided to go and drive from Los Angeles in Jalen's car, Sonia driving it, and drive all the way to Las Vegas, a 4-hour drive, to go to the casinos and try to win some money. However, during the trip, the two were arguing continuously. In fact, it got so bad that they would argue in public forums. Sonia obviously recognized that Jalen had been drinking a lot and was under the influence of alcohol, and being very frustrated and scared of how quickly his personality was able to change under the influence of alcohol, decided to go back to the hotel where they were residing. It came to the point where they started arguing a tremendous amount, and Sonia kind of wanted to call it quits and didn't know where to go for the relationship because of how much he could change under the influence of alcohol. This culminated to Jalen essentially strangling Sonia. She became unconscious almost immediately. In fact, her injuries were so bad that the blood vessels in her face and her eyes popped. It was an awful situation, bruising everywhere. Police were called and Jalen made a round for it. There were witnesses, but Sonia at the time didn't press charges because, well, she was conflicted. She still had love for this person that she had been dating for 2 years, and she didn't really know where to go from there. And was in a bit of a catatonic state, to say the least, by her words. 10 months later, Sonia is notified by a mutual friend that Jalen has now found a new partner. Seeing the obvious red flags of another woman possibly exposing and risking herself to be battered, physically abused, and assaulted, Sonia mustered the courage that she had and brought to the table and made some TikToks showing the physical traumas and injuries that she suffered from this man. And with there being an obvious backlash to King Jalen ASMR, he made, which in my mind has to be one of the worst response videos I've ever seen in my entire life.
This was an abusive relationship we both were in. I'm not going to dox, I'm not going to defame her. I'm going to handle this the right way.
Yeah, you know you have messed up colossally when you start your domestic abuse response video clapback with, quote, there was abuse on both sides, especially when one person looks like they've literally been beaten nearly to death. How is this real?
As for everybody who saw my ex-girlfriend's post, and I want to apologize to anyone who's confused about the situation. This was an abusive relationship from both parties. After the incident, we continued our relationship, and we continued seeing each other for multiple months, sneaking around our parents and our friends because they knew about the situation. These are arguments we had 2 days ago. You can even see her trying to get in my Hulu account. It took me some time, but I've been sending her money to help her pay her bills.
With no extra context provided, this at all cannot even remotely equate to you beating a person near to death. The fact that you can even try to make this false equivalence is mind-blowing, to say the least.
To let everyone know, I'm not defending myself, I'm just saying facts. Sonia is safe. She's been safe. We've been talking for the last 10 months, on and off, and it's absolutely just been a roller coaster. She decided to finally defame me because I posted somebody else on my story. She posted everything out of spite because I told her I wasn't seeing anybody, and obviously, like, we cared about each other. Not now anymore, but she still cared for me.
Did it ever occur to you that maybe the reason why she ended up bringing these things to the public's attention was because she maybe wanted to save other women out there who could also be in serious risk of being beaten half to death like she was? Did that ever occur to you? Like, not everything is about clout.
And I hurt her.
Saying I hurt her is a really interesting way of describing strangling a person near to death to the point where they go unconscious and their blood vessels pop in their face and their eyeballs and they have terrible bruises for weeks. Hurt, by the way. Yeah, you just hurt her. Yeah. The level of manipulation in his response video, not detailing or explaining at all, or even talking about, yeah, by the way, guys, I nearly beat this person half to death, is just manipulation on a level which cannot be understated.
I'm sorry to Sonia. This relationship we had was mutually abusive, and it just sucks how it turned out because I never wanted this for us. I only wanted to see the best for her, and I still wish to see the best.
Oh, you wanted to see the best for her? Like when she literally couldn't see because you strangled her till she was unconscious and nearly died and passed out in a hotel bedroom when her blood vessels were popping and everything? Is that how you wanted to see it? Like, this guy's actually nonsense. This guy's putrid, like disgusting. He doesn't even deny any of the allegations that she put in any of her TikToks. It's an outright admission of guilt in all sense. And for you to say, I counted 3 times in this 1-minute response video that there was abuse on both sides, is wild. An obvious piece of human garbage and nothing short of an evil human being. However, since then, there have been some significant updates, and this is a relatively good ending. On the 13th of June, Sonia notified me of some significant updates following this case. She courageously went ahead and formed a formal police report and has been back and forth with the police ever since. She's been back and forth with US Marshal detectives and was received an update that Jalen had 2 warranties for his arrest. One, a misdemeanor in domestic battery, and the second being a felony of strangulation. At this same time, Jalen had suddenly stopped posting altogether on his social media, on TikTok, on YouTube, and the last time we saw him posting was on Instagram, where he posted a story of himself on a vacation trip to Japan. After posting a story of him on the flight, he suddenly went cold turkey. No posts. It ended up being the case that he was reprehended and taken into custody, transferred to a jail in Hawaii, where for the past several weeks he has been there, up until recently being transferred to a prison in Las Vegas. On the 3rd of July, he was moved to a jail in Las Vegas and was approved for $10,000 in bail, but has not yet posted. Domestic violence is more common than you think, and it can even be happening to some of your favorite creators. And so I wanted to make this video to bring to your attention what's happened. He hasn't even really apologized or has made a formal statement acknowledging anything that he has done wrong. I want to thank Sonia so very much for talking to me and for letting me make this video. If you or anyone you know has suffered from domestic violence or something like that, I'll leave resources and links down below for you to check them out. Thank you so very much for watching, and of course, all proceedings, any monetization or ad revenue generated from this video will be donated to a domestic violence charity, and I'll update those details more in the future. Goodbye.